In 1997, a physicist proved something that still can't be explained. He connected people to sensors, heart rate, skin conductance, pupils. Then a computer showed them random images, calm ones, disturbing ones. Not even the experimenter knew which was coming.
You wire somebody up looking at skin conductance or pupil dilation or brain waves, all kinds of things. So it could be a very calm picture or it could be a very emotional picture.
Their bodies reacted to the disturbing images before the next image had even been chosen.
I ran that experiment and it was unbelievably good. This is like in your face, holy smoke, this is a big thing. Your body somehow or unconscious knowing what you're about to see.
But this study isn't where this story starts. A decade earlier, Radin's research caught the attention of people inside a classified government program.
There were a few people in the audience who came up afterwards, and one of them said, would you be interested in joining the Stargate program?
Project Stargate. For more than 20 years, the U.S. military trained operatives to gather intelligence psychically.
It's a top secret SCI special access program. Even if you have a top secret clearance, you cannot know about this place.
The program's most famous success was a woman named Rosemary Smith. A Soviet spy plane had gone down somewhere in Africa. Nobody could find it, not even satellites. So they handed her a map.
She gave him the latitude and longitude of the plane's whereabouts. And the next time one of our space satellites went over that area, we located the plane where she said it was.
It was within 3 miles of where the plane went down out of the hundreds of thousands of square miles. And so the CIA went in and got the planes.
And in 2017, the CIA declassified 12 million pages of records about the program. You can read them yourself right now. The closer an event is to the present, the clearer the vision. The further away, the more it blurs. Most people don't have this sense at all. But in the story I'm building, there's someone who does. For him, the near future is as clear as the present, sometimes even more. I'm building this trilogy completely in public. Every character, every decision, out in the open. You may have already met Max and Aelin, but someone has been watching them both, long before either of them even knew the other existed. In storytelling, there's a specific kind of character called the Shapeshifter Archetype. Not a villain, not a hero. Someone who helps and betrays in the same breath. The hero can't trust them, but the story doesn't work without them. That's the Seer. So let me show you who the Seer is. He stands like someone who already knows how every conversation is going to end. His clothing is deliberately ageless. He could be 50, he could be 500. The staff says, I know the path, follow me. The question is whether you should. With the Seer, I keep thinking about two character personas fused together. The ancient presence of Ra's al Ghul from Batman and the calm of the Oracle from The Matrix. Someone who tells you what you need to hear, whether or not it's the full picture. And then the eyes, fully white, unseen, at least it seems. Many cultures depicted their prophets as blind. Something in us keeps returning to the idea that real sight has nothing to do with our actual eyes. He's the oldest human presence in this story and the least understood. If you can't place what's wrong with him, he's working exactly as designed. Max comes from concrete and fluorescent light. Aelin comes from a forest that breathes with Rezona. The Seer lives in Aelin's world, but in regions far beyond the boundaries of what she knows, past where anyone she knows has gone. He draws from the energy she does, the Rezona. But where Aelin channels it one way, he's learned to use it in others. He was there before her world had a name for him. Underneath every good story, it is secretly asking one question. This one is asking whether the future is fixed or whether a single choice can change it. Fate versus choice. I've been thinking about that question for a very long time. A few years ago, I read a book that instantly reframed how I thought about free will, and it left me unsettled for weeks.
The illusion of free will is itself an illusion.
No one authored themselves. No one created themselves. You are the totality of what brought you here.
I started feeling like every choice I made was already written before I made it.
Some people find this to be a demoralizing picture. Right? They think, well, okay, you're telling me I'm just a robot.
That's exactly where I was. So I decided to run my own experiment. I started deliberately doing the opposite of what I normally would choose for certain decisions, just to test it. And over time, something clarified. Even if Harris is right about the mechanics, our choices still expand with what we know and understand. The less you've experienced, the fewer real options you can actually see. So basically, the more you learn, the more perspectives you take in, the more your capacity for genuine choice actually expands. For the Seer, this question has been settled a long time ago, because here's what his ability actually does to a person. The closer an event, he sees it with perfect clarity, sharper than anything you or I can perceive. He doesn't need eyes for the present, he already sees it more clearly than you do. But the further out he looks, it gets blurrier. Into probability and uncertainty he has no framework for. Every short-term prediction proved him right, so he built his entire understanding of reality around the short term. He concluded the future was fixed because in his immediate experience, it always was. For him, the future isn't a question, it's a schedule. How do you draw the perfect poker face? Someone who shows you exactly what they want you to see. Nothing more, nothing less. The eyes in every portrait are the tell. Max's eyes are studying you. Aylin's eyes show presence. His eyes are doing something else entirely. They're projecting certainty outward. Not receiving, not hiding, presenting. He's not concealing. He's constructing a version of himself built to make you feel exactly what he wants you to feel. Completely, intentionally unreadable. The question was never what he sees. It's how certain he is that he's right. But there's one last step. Time to put the Seer in the glass box. The Seer. A man who already knows how this ends. But there's someone else in this story. She's called the Banshee, and she's coming to tear Aylin's world apart. And if you haven't seen Max's story yet, that's where this all begins. Links right here.